I thought I would make a couple videos for you. Well, maybe many more than a couple over the course of the year now, but I thought I'd get started with a couple to offer some extra practice on any of the lessons. I'll be using the workbook sheets that I will post in this same video post so that you can access the worksheet. You can do them along with me. I'll do some examples and then leave some for you to do on your own. I'll try to make each video between 10 and 15 minutes in length. I was being a little too talkative in my first couple videos, struggling to keep it under a half an hour, so let's see what we can do about that. So here I'm dealing with lesson 1 from the Red Jenny series. Our objectives again for this first lesson are to learn the forms of nouns of the first declension. Now that took a couple things. We had to learn our case names and basic functions. But in particular, Jenny wants us to learn the 2 uses of the nominative case in this lesson. The perhaps most important use of the nominative case is as the subject of a third person verb. If the third person is singular, it's a nominative singular. If the verb is plural, then the subject has to be plural. But that is not the only use of the nominative case. We have also seen that with a verb of being, when you put a nominative to the right of the verb, and that is to the right of the verb in Latin or in English, it is called the predicate nominative. Verbs of being cannot take direct object. There's no action of the verb for an object to receive, so there cannot be a direct object. There can, however, be a nominative in the predicate that the subject equals. And we can see that with a noun or an adjective. The woman is a teacher. Woman noun equals teacher noun. The woman is tall. Tall adjective, both telling us more about the subject following a verb of being. So let's go through some examples and give you a couple more options to practice these skills from lesson 1. First, it asks us to complete the declension of the word agricola. Agricola, agricolae, masculine, farmer. First, I'm going to fill in my cases. They filled in nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative, vocative. And again for the plural, nominative, dative, accusative, ablative. Ooh, I missed one. Well, that wasn't very good, was it? Do we want to start over? No. Scratching out is fine. It's what happens when you write on a whiteboard or you videotape yourself. You're bound to make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. Recognize them, fix them, move on. The first we need, let's see, agricolae. Now remember, agricolae we memorized. Agricola, agricolae, masculine, farmer. We use the genitive minus the AE to form our base. I can go ahead if I like and put the base in all the other places. Agricole, agricole, all the way through the plural. Once we form that base, we know that in all of the other entries, we will start with that base, agricole. Agricole. Termination is another word for ending. If we want, we can fill in our endings over here first. A, AE, AE, AM, A, AE, ARM, is, os, is, ae. Now we plug those terminations, those endings, onto our base to form the forms. Agricola, agricoli, agricoli, agricolam, agricola, agricola. Agricoli, agricolarum, agricolis, agricolas, agricolis, agricoli. Now remember, nominative and accusative are just the noun, plural or singular. So a farmer, I could have done the farmer. For the plural, the farmers. Accusative, the farmers. What's our key word for genitive? Of. Of the farmer. We might also see farmer apostrophe s. To or for the farmer. And then ablative by, with, or from the farmer. Vocative, direct address. Oh, farmer, are you plowing your field today? Then we fill in the plural. Same cue words, clue words, cue words, both apply. But we just have to deal with multiple farmers. Of the farmers, or farmers s apostrophe. Dative, to or for the farmers. Ablative, by, with, or from the farmers. And finally, oh, farmers. And there I have fully declined, translated, and noted the endings in all forms for the noun farmer. With what letter do first declension nouns end in the nominative singular? Always an A. With what letters in the genitive singular? Always an AE. Of what gender are most first declension nouns? Feminine, feminine. What exceptions are there? There are 3. We know 2 in Latin so far. Farmer, agricola, sailor, nauta. We get nautical from nauta, sailor, and poet, poeta, poetae. How is the base of a Latin noun determined? We remove the genitive singular ending. Does the base remain the same? Yes. Once we form it, we use it for the rest of the parts. What is the base of agricola? Agricolae minus the AE, agricole, agricole. All the way up to the top. There we go. Does Latin express a, an, or the? Not really. No. We just put the noun itself into the proper case and then fill in a, an, or the in English. There are some adjectives that we can use to specify this, that, this particular one that can take a meaning similar to the. But unlike, say, French, where we have un and un and le and la to do a, an, and the, we do not have that in Latin. 6. How does the ablative singular termination differ from that of the nominative singular? Oh, the macron. That is the fancy name for the long mark that's over ablative as opposed to the short A that we see with nominative. What three cases end in AE? Genitive singular, dative singular, and then nominative plural. It is a common pattern that the genitive singular has the same form as the nominative plural. And that'll be true for quite a while. Not forever, but through first and second declension, masculine. It's true, and it's something we can be on the lookout for. What two other cases have the same termination, long IS? That would be dative and ablative plural. Write the plural terminations which have long vowels. AE is a diphthong that sounds like I. It is not a long vowel. But arum, genitive plural, is, dative and ablative plural, and as, accusative plural. All have long terminations, long vowels in the plural termination. After each of the Latin words, fill in the blanks with the correct information. So here they've given us the nominative, and they are asking us to fill in the genitive, the gender, and the English meaning. Lingua, linguae, feminine, tongue, or language. Gallia, Galliae, feminine, Gaul. And remember, we know Gaul as modern-day France. After each of the English words, fill in the blanks with the correct information. So here they've given us the meaning, and we're filling in the nominative, genitive, and gender.